Actually, first let's kind of catch up on what I've been doing off stream. So yes, I was on a break, but I was still painting, still working on some miniatures. And here's an example. This is these are the Eldar jet bikes, or Windriders as they're known now, and they are slightly different from the last time I showed them on stream. I added on some decals, some waterslide decals. These are the same ones that came with the kit very long time ago. So if you take a look, where's my indicator here? If you take a look here, it's probably best to see on this one. There's this sword image. Yeah, that's a waterslide decal, and for those that don't know, a waterslide is much in the same way as a sticker, just like if you remember putting together model kits or toys in the past, stickers, but they're more, they look a little better in terms of final presentation. They just look a little more discreet. They look a little more integrated into the model rather than a sticker. So yeah, I have this bone or beige colored sword that's on the hood there, and it might be a little hard to see, but there's a black sword with the moon, and that's actually the icon for the craft world that I sort of chose, the color scheme, this blue and yellow. And here's another example, and this is actually a little different than the previous one. So this one I pretty much just straight up applied the waterslide decal, and as I move it in the light, you can see it's catching some light. That's because it's more reflective and shiny than the rest of the model. The model has more of a kind of matte finish, a more flatter finish, and if I kind of get the right angle, you can see it really nicely, the water slide. But if I tilt it, you can see that it's catching light in a way that the rest of the model isn't. That's because it's a glossy decal. So I was like, what am I gonna do about that? I know that you can hit it with a bit of top coat to kind of bring down that sheen and make the entire model more matte, and in fact that's probably what I'm going to do. But I was messing around with this last night, or the other night, and I thought, what if I use some of this? This is from P3, Formula P3 mixing medium. Sorry, the glare here. Formula P3 mixing medium. I have it in a baggie because the cap is a little kind of like splitting a bit. But this is mixing medium, which is effectively the binding agent in paint, but there's no pigment, right? Pigment is the color, right? So in a sense, you could call it like the glue, right? The glue part of paint rather than the color part. And I thought, if I could just put this on top of the decal, it would make the decal more matte. That was the theory, at least, but what ended up happening was it kind of, yes, it did make the decal more matte. As you can see, it's not as glossy as this one, right? See? There's a bit of a difference in terms of the gloss. It also kind of, it didn't dry as clear as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was effectively going to dry completely clear, right? But it did leave a slight kind of like a cloudiness. It left a slight cloudy imprint wherever I painted it. So that actually ended up looking pretty shitty too. That was like an entirely different problem than having gloss, right? It was like, okay, now I've made like the entire surface of this model, just wherever the decal is, this kind of cloudy, milky, dry look, which is not good as well. So I actually ended up going around the decal and kind of painting as close as I could the blue color like the blue color of the hood, and kind of wherever that cloudiness was, I kind of just painted over it. And additionally, I also painted the moon here yellow. As you can see on the decal, the moon is simply just black. But I figured, how about we kind of hand paint the moon yellow to kind of tie it in with the rest of the model, which has this blue and yellow look, right? So, you know, it's one model, and looking at it on stream, it doesn't look so bad, but looking at it in person, I can tell that it just looks it looks like I was trying to fix a mistake. And in fact, I'm probably going to do more to attempt to fix this by adding some weathering on top to kind of like just break it apart. I don't know, we'll see. Or maybe I'll just leave it as is and just stop. But for this one, Mary Trunks, what is up, Epo Dempsey Roll? What's up, Mary Trunks? How's it going? Is baby asleep? Is Babby asleep? Do you have an opportunity to watch streaming? Cantuan, hello. Epo Dempsey Roll, I got a question for you about Bloodborne. Okay, what's up, Cantuan? Mary Trunks, you're good. So, shoot away while I just chat, and I'll get to your question in a bit. Yeah, so my plan for this one here is to acquire some of that stuff that I hear a lot about, especially in the Gunpla circles and stuff like that. Well, I'm sure model tank builders and military builders buy that stuff too. It's called Mark Setter and Mark Soft. And I believe it's Mark Soft is the one I need. And supposedly that will help kind of soften the look of the decal and make it not look so obviously a sticker looking thing. That is the plan. But the other thing I want to do is also hit it with some clear coat, or perhaps just a clear varnish, a matte varnish, and I'm thinking that will knock down the glossiness of this a significant amount. So we'll leave this as is, as kind of like a baseline, and I won't paint the yellow moon thing. And for this one, I'll try just using the Mark Softer. The Mark Softer or the Mark Setter. I always get those confused. Whichever one melts the decal a little bit. Excuse me. And for this one, I'm thinking maybe I'll just hit it with some clear coat and see what that ends up looking like. Again, I have to actually purchase these things, so that's probably for another time. But for now, we're pretty close to being done, these guys, and we'll see how that looks after I do that. And the other thing I'll mention real quick is that I have been making some banners. Take a look here. There's these like poles, right? Again, it's a little hard to see, but there's like a pole hanging on the back of the model. And when you buy this model kit, they actually supply you with some stickers that you can use. Take a look here. And for the LA Talk Craft World, I think this one would match the best, the sticker, given the color scheme that I'm using, blue and yellow. And you just sort of take this out and you sort of fold it around the banner, right? Boom, just like that. But I'm feeling like I don't want to use these stickers just because, I don't know, I feel like I could just paint one myself and do it myself. So instead of using that, I was messing around with pieces of paper, and just like this, something thin, kind of hanging off the model like that. But I'm not 100% sure if I actually like this. If this looks good, maybe I could add two, kind of like two streamer things, something like that. Or I could do... I was also thinking... Hold on a second. Where is my paper? Yeah. So this is all just a test, but I painted some yellow, just some yellow paper, right? I think I did it on both sides, yeah. And I was thinking of making more of a square-shaped or a rectangular-shaped banner that kind of is short. So not a long one like this, but short and kind of rectangular, somewhat like the Japanese samurai have like these. If you've looked at some historical images, sometimes they have these like back banners that that just look good like that, rather than something long, something square. I don't know. I'm just kind of experimenting around with it for now. And the other thing I'll mention really quick is I added another decal right here onto the Falcon Grav Tank, and that, oh sorry, not Falcon Grav Tank, this is the anti-grav platform. And this decal, it's the thing on the left. It looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. And it does actually look shiny. I can tell right now it looks shiny. But I'm kind of hoping that, again, if I can use some matte spray or whatever, that it'll kind of knock it down. But yeah, that's just a quick little update on my dudes, on my Eldar guys that I've been doing off stream during my break time, my week-long break. And we'll finish them really soon, and then we'll move on to some more Eldar models in the near future. So yeah, that's that.